And now time to send it to the third member of our broadcast team, Jasmine McKoy, our court reporter.
Yeah, we were just talking with Coach, making sure that we got your good side here. But speaking of good side, it's a redemption game from week 4. Ridge took it by 1 point. In this intense format, little things make the difference. What's the biggest key for tonight?
So think about it in terms of the energy, get our revenge, but don't think about it too much. That was in the past.
Jelena, you're serving, girl. Oh, my goodness. 41 points. That forehand was smashing. You know, what were you seeing out there that made you so confident? And you talk about hyping people up. I mean, your tie and your fit, you look great. Are you hoping your team will be playing just as sharp?
Oh, heck yeah. Much better than this outfit. I got more coming.
Pure dominance from this team tonight. How satisfying was it playing in this matchup?
Damn. We could play the whole night. We would not lose one arc.
The balls, no hesitation from you, and you were racking up those 2-pointers. What else was working well for you?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm closing my eyes and swinging. I don't know where the ball's going either, but neither does my opponent.
Neither does your opponent. Now, doubles is coming up. What does this Rich team need to do to kind of execute there?
You know, I think our doubles is really strong. Like, I think just play our games.
You talked about that injury, but we cannot tell with your play. How good are you feeling?
I mean, I want to thank this Red Bull. Sponsor me, please.
Well,
no, I feel about as good as I could be. I'm really grateful for that.
No, it's something about when these two teams compete, it comes down to the final seconds. What was the turning point in this arc? Carson, you're an MVP candidate. You're dominating at your game. And I might add, you look very comfortable out there. You know, what has been driving that success? What's the most important adjustment this team needs to make for a different outcome? Ciola, 27 points for your team. What were you seeing out there that gave you so much confidence?
To be honest, I didn't know I won that many points. I was just playing, just going point by point.
Go ahead and get your meme mug, Coach. You guys scored your first win of the season last week against top-ranked Outriders. How has that confidence affected this team heading into tonight? Jim Harp, I have to say, your team gave Team Fortune their first loss of the season just days ago. How have you planned on keeping that momentum here today?
Yeah, no, we've had some really good practices. The players are ready for it. They're all professionals.
Well, your play, you've been one of the team's most consistent performers. How do you define your role on this team? And this format can swing very quickly. How do you mentally stay composed?
You just gotta think about the next point, not think too much if you're down or up.
You know, Jelena, we were just talking about every time I come in here, it is pure dominance. Can you please walk me through that final play and what was going through your mind?
Honestly, can you please come to every match? Like, if this is what's going on, I need you here next week.
One thing Ben told me was that you were doing this for Elmar. What does it mean to come through for him?
I did not hear anything you just said.
I said, what does it mean to come? I know they're so loud out there. This is amazing. What does it mean to come through for Elmar? We talked about his presence and with Ben, him not being here, but you guys came through for him in such a critical moment. What was that like?
We missed Elmar here today, but I was glad we were able to get it done for him.
And you guys, 4-0, the league's longest win streak. What does that say about this team with such a great turnaround?
I think we just had a little bit of a slow start. We weren't really that far off in the beginning, but we were able to just keep it up.
Your team is waiting.
Sorry, they're so loud.
No, you're fine. Hey, they do, and they want you over there. So I'm going to let you go celebrate with your team. Congratulations, guys. I'm going to toss it back to you. A great stretch of play from our MVP last year. Do you find yourself finding that rhythm?
Yeah, it's different this year, given not as much time on court.
And this one's a little close one. What is it going to take for you guys to pull away?
Doubles. Obviously, that's all that's left, but doubles.
And you guys heard it here. Doubles, doubles, doubles.
Thanks so much, Jasmine.
Riani, it came down to the final seconds. What did you see out there?
I love the way we competed.
And you were attacking that now. I have to say, I mean, I would be scared if I was up there. You know, what's the message to the rest of the league? And I saw you there talking with your team. What were some of the key things you were saying?
Trying to make sure we keep our mind on the tennis, not on the scoreboard.
Now, this was a redemption game. You guys got your redemption. Can you give me one word to describe this Rips team?
Perseverance. That's what I'll say. We keep fighting, and we had a slow start to the season, but
we got to hear more about that final point.
That final point was crazy. The place exploded. Can you walk me through that one?
Oh my God, that last point, I knew that the time was running out, and And I was just like, stay in it, don't give them a two-pointer. And once I heard the sound, I was just like, yes.
How are you able to close it out under pressure? And what does a performance like this say about this Outriders team?
That we're just dogs. We're just dogs. We're here to compete.
And your place in the standings going into this arc did not show how competitive this team has been. What has changed in this team's play?
We are a whole team now. There's no gap, and we're sticking together. We are like really going every arc.
Play. Watch out. You gotta pay attention and intense at all times. You know, I was ready for the return there.
Yeah, you guys would be a problem up there because I was catching up with Coach Roebuck of Ridge, and he said that you had a unique game style that everyone loved to watch and still does.
That's awesome. Jasmine McKoy is actually with ATP player standout Donald Young. Let's listen to them courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Donald Young, former professional tennis player. As a junior, you were ranked #1 in the world. And then, as she said, the career-high ATP singles rank at 38. I heard from a little birdie, this is your second time here, so I have to ask you, what do you think of Intennse so far?
I love it. I think it has legs. It's so exciting. You can make noise. It's totally different from your normal tennis where you have to be quiet and you get nervous just watching. You can kind of influence the match quite a bit, so I like it a lot.
You know, I like that you said that because, you know, I was wondering what you would think of possibly playing in a format like this. Could you succeed?
I don't know. I have to work out a lot more than I do currently, but it looks fun. I would enjoy it. It might fit my game well. I like to play fast. It'd be fun.
And obviously, I have to ask you, what has been your favorite part after 2 times being in our studio?
I really like the popcorn a lot. No, I just like that. I like seeing the people hang out, have drinks. It's a lot of fun.
And I have to ask you, because you've inspired so many young players, I've even seen a couple of players come up to you as well. You know, what piece of advice would you give to them?
Just keep learning. Keep listening to your coaches. They know the best. They're the most important people in your life, and keep listening to them.
They're waiting on us. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you.
Tequila. Okay.
Toya, the people at home just watched you climb all the stairs that's here in Assembly Studios. How was that?
You know what? It was tiring. You know what? And it obviously didn't work. So we won't be doing that again. I'll tell you that.
And what has it been like getting to know this Rise team as a Pulse partner?
You know, it's been an emotional roller coaster because, you know, we all want to win. And we're all focused on the win, but we also need to understand that it's more about getting the opponent to play our game. And right now, I feel like we're playing more defense than we are offense.
And is Intennse Tennis as intense as you thought it would be?
It is very intense, and I think that's a part of the problem, you know, right? Today, it's so intense that they almost have the pressure on their shoulders. And I want some way for them to let their hair down and just go out there and have fun with it. You know, the audience is here, they love them, and they're supportive of them. And I think it's just important that they remember that win or lose, give it your best game.
And as we get into doubles, we'll have to see how Rise does. Guys, back to you. You know, a funny thing about Boltsova is when I was talking to her, she mentioned that even though her stats are good, she's like, I've never had the feeling that my play has been good. She's like, with this intense format, you're always having time to adjust. And she said, I've never been satisfied with my play so far.
You know, Jasmine, it's actually funny you say that because it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. That's what made her so good on the WTA tour.
She was very intense in her warm-up. I felt like I was bothering her, but she was very nice, very focused. So I can definitely tell in her play style that's where it comes from.
First of all, it's impossible for Jasmine McKoy to bother anybody. So pleasant as our court reporter and getting those nuggets of information and background on these tremendous professionals.
Thank you.